English Senior Newspeed. Speaking in the Tamil Nadu Legislative Council, a member said, "Sir, I thank you for this opportunity to participate in the general discussion on the budget. The Honorable Minister was advocating much for the welfare of farmers. He is very serious in handling the position to find out ways and see that the farmer is not put to a great hardship. But unfortunately, due to the financial crisis, I am afraid whether he would be able to implement some of the welfare measures meant for the farmers. Many state governments have already stated that they are not in a position to implement the dual policy as enunciated by the finance minister. They are saying that it is very difficult to implement it. There is every possibility of misuse of fertilizer, and also the funds meant for it may be misappropriated. Therefore, some ways and means should be sorted out for this. The government of India has decided about the enhancement of the price of fertilizer. The sowing season has started, and if the fertilizer is not available, the entire farming community would become upset. I would have been better if the subsides were removed carefully and gradually, but the sudden removal of the subsidy for the fertilizer has caused a lot of inconvenience to the farmers. Procurement of food grains should be done throughout the country, and the money should be provided from the central government to all the societies to procure most of the food grains or the oil seeds which they grow at the appropriate time. There should be proper godown to keep the produce. If there are no proper godowns, the entire commodity which we are going to procure is going to be a waste. Next, I am come to seed aspect. As on date, most of the seeds which we are getting are adulterated. In the name of certification, they sell the adulterated seeds to the farmers at a higher rate, and the announced farmers purchase these seeds, and when the crop comes for harvest, they see the difference. Therefore, there should be a national seed act throughout the country to see that only certified seeds which have come out from the research stations are supplied to the farmers. Regarding soil conservation and wasteland development, we are spending lot of money. We want to avoid soil erosion. We want to develop wasteland. There is no proper authority to check up whether the money spent for the soil conservation and wasteland development is being utilized properly or not. There should be a follow up program as far as this aspect is concerned. Now I come to sprinkler and drip irrigation. Here is an irrigation system with a little water that is available. We can irrigate more and more. This should be encouraged. More and more subsidies should be given. Even the small and marginal farmers should be given 50% subsidy as far as the sprinkler and drip irrigation system are concerned. Then regarding remunerative prices, the honorable minister was kind enough to mention on the floor of the house that while fixing the remunerative price for the crops, he will take into consideration manual labor, investment and land, managerial cost and cost of inputs, market trend and transport, etc. Therefore, I would request the government that all these things should be taken into consideration while fixing the remunerative prices. Next, I would like to speak something about rural development and Panchayat Raj. This is a revolutionary bill which has been brought over, and it has been discussed at length. It provides for 30% reservation of ladies. It is our duty to see that the bill is passed as early as possible. Letter from Secretary to Government Personnel and Administrative Reforms Department, Chennai, to all gets of departments. Sir, regarding drinking water, we should provide it to every village. There are villages which do not have adequate water. Simply saying that we have provided drinking water is not sufficient. Inadequate water also means that there is no water. Since the population is growing by leaps and bounds, we should try to provide drinking water throughout the country. With regard to public distribution system, I would like to say that we have issued green cards for the supply of food grains. The green cards that we have issued are very inadequate, and the persons to whom they have been issued also shows that they are not real beneficiaries. So we should enlarge the scope, and many people should be given cards both in urban areas and in rural areas. With these words I conclude speech. As far as possible social service is concerned, the lady member has become an institution in herself of social service, and we are all proud of the great service has rendered to this state, and certainly nobody can ignore that. Yours truly.